Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Victoria, and for today's video, I was looking through all the palettes that I should use for today's video, and I realized the most expensive palette I hardly use. So in today's video, for this eye look, I used the Blood Sugar palette, and if you want to see how I did it, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I went ahead and did my brows off camera, and I'm doing things out of order because I'm going to be using a very pigmented eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be using the Blood Sugar palette, and I don't want any of the pinks or the purples that I'm going to be using in today's look to fall down on my face, so I'll do my full face after the eyeshadow. So I did my brows. I used the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP in the black brown, shade black brown, and the Brow Benefit in the number 4, the cream gel brow. I use those two on my brows. I cleaned up my brows with the sharp. Oh my god. I cleaned up my brows with the Tarte Shape Tape concealer in the shade, I think it's light neutral. Yeah, light neutral. And I covered up a little bit of blemishes with this Magic Anti-Redness from L'Oreal Paris. This right here, because I have a blemish right here, up here, and on this side. So I'm gonna prime after I do my eyes, like prime my whole face with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, but for right now, I didn't bring, normally, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I prime my eyelids with the sharp, with the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, but for this look, I want the eyeshadows to really pop, so I'm going to be using the Morphe primer. It's the translucent eyelid primer base. So you're supposed to apply this on bare skin, on bare lids, so you can't have any foundation or concealer on your lids, or else it's going to outline where you put the primer. So, when I was looking at this palette, I kind of had a brain fart and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Here's the palette right here. So many, it's just too much to choose from. Too many options to choose from. So I went on Google to look up some looks, and the only one that really stood out to me was, I think this was part of his campaign for the Blood Sugar palette, the Jeffree Star. I don't know if it's gonna focus. That's the only one that really like popped out at me. Go in with my Morphe M505, and I'm gonna go in with Cake Mix from the palette. It's just like, just to start off, like a base. It's like there's barely anything on there. That color Prick with the same brush. Do I want to use the same brush? Yeah, I'm gonna start off slow, like little by little, and then work myself up, because these shadows, so this is that color Prick. Tighter brush. I think I want to go in the more dense, not like kind of fluffy but not too much. And this is the JS5, and I'm gonna go in with oh, I barely touched it, and look how much is on the brush. Like, I barely, so nervous. JS6 from his Morphe collaboration with the brushes, and I'm just gonna go into Coma. Coma is this super deep color right here. Super deep purple. Look at that. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. We're just gonna pat it and then buff it. So pat in there. Let me get a little bit closer. Hopefully you guys can still see. Just gonna pat. Now remember, we're gonna cut the crease, so even if the purple comes way over here, it's gonna be gone in a little bit anyway. I'm patting and then kind of like buffing it out a little bit. Really stand out. My neighbor's cutting his grass. How convenient, because he wasn't cutting his grass when I was setting up the camera, but he is. And if you guys can hear it, I am so sorry. Even though I'm gonna have music playing, but whenever I'm talking, if you guys can hear that noise, that's what it is. In his, the purple kind of like outlines where you will cut the crease. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like basically cut the crease, but with the eyeshadow first, and then clean up with either a Q-tip or a, I keep looking over there because I can see the camera to make sure that I'm focused and I'm not like looking at the camera. Yeah, it looks like he's cutting the crease with the eyeshadow, so that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know if I'm going to cut it with a brush. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it with a brush. Or should I just get it with a Q-tip and clean it off? Because I don't want the concealer to clash with the eyeshadow and change the color of the concealer as I'm cutting it. I think I should wipe some off and then, yeah, I should wipe some off with a Q-tip. I'm just gonna go ahead and wet it with some water and then cut it. Wow, this is so hard. I'm going to be cutting the crease with the Master Conceal Maybelline New York, the camouflage concealer, with my JH43, the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe collaboration with the brushes. Okay, so next I am going to add that sweetener all over the lid. Clean it up some, clean up the coma, the purple, and yeah. So to pat on the sweetener, which is this girl right there, I'm going to be using a flat brush, the JH41, since it's a flat brush. I'm just gonna pack that all over. This is what it looks like. Notice is they brought the sweetener all the way like over here, so I'm gonna go back in and do that. Just gonna add some more concealer. brush, the JH40, and just buff out the glitter. And then I'm also gonna add more of the chroma. Yeah, the chroma color. But since I don't have base on, might as well try it. So I'm gonna try some eyeliner. I'm gonna be going in with my L'Oreal Paris Carbon Black. Yeah, that's all it says. I think I'm gonna do my eyeliner off camera and then come back. Okay, now that my eyeliner is on, I'm gonna jump into my Lunar Beauty palette. Lunar Beauty. It's by Lunar Beauty, but it's the Life's a Drag palette. I'm going to dip into Shady, which is a pitch black eyeshadow. I'm just gonna stamp that eyeshadow on top of my liner. With the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Now I'm going to be going into my L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-Hour Wear in the shade Vanilla 445, I believe. And I'm going to buff it out with the JH03. For concealer, I'm going to go in with the Infallible Full Wear by L'Oreal Paris in the shade 345 Oatmeal. For contour, I'm going to go in with the same brand in the shade Honey 415. I'm going to be buffing out my contour and let my concealer set with dry down with the JS3. I like to let my concealer dry because it gets really tacky and it's more full coverage once it's dried down just a little bit. under eyes with some translucent setting powder from Beauty Bakery and with the JH07 brush. The rest of the face, I'm going to be going with my Infallible Pro Matte 16 Hour Wear in the shade 300 Nude Beige. Looks like this and I'm going to buff that out with the JH2 super fluffy brush. Now for bronzer, I got this new bronzer from Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade, it just says bronzer. I know that they have a light bronzer, and then deep dark bronzer, I think is what it's called. I got this from Walmart and I just wanted to try something new because I've been using this Neutrogena, not the same one, but the same kind since I was 13 years old. I've been using the same bronzer and there's nothing wrong with it. The formula hasn't changed. It's still the same as from when I used it way back when. My mom used to use this too. That's where I got it from. It's just I wanted to try something new after what, 13, I'm about to be 22. This is a long time. It's a really long time. So I just wanted to find or try something new. And yeah, it comes in this cute little package and it has like a little button. You just press it and it like pops up and you can bring it all the way up. There's a brush, although I have my own brush. I just wanted to see how it worked, how it performed. So I'm going to be applying that with the JH02 bronzer brush. It's a super huge fluffy brush. Compare it to my hand, super huge. So let's see. Oh my gosh. It smells, it smells literally like the shea butter. While I was finishing up the last minute touches on my makeup, I looked up and noticed that the camera was blank, was black, which means it cut off. And I don't know exactly when it cut off, but I did my lips, blush. I used the Milani blush, the ones I always use, the 3 Trio little palette. I ended up putting Root Canal, which is a vibrant, bright purple in the lash line, mascara, lashes, highlight, and that is about it. This is the final look. Let me know what you guys think. Please leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.